Hello everyone, and welcome to my first jewelry live show of 2025. I'm so excited to have you all here. Hopefully, our sound and video is working. Just comment if you can hear me fine, or if you need, if anything is going wrong, absolutely let me know in the comments. Welcome. I am Kelly Morgan of Kelly Morgan Jewelry. I have been doing these jewelry live shows for 5 years now, and I love them because they're a wonderful way for me to connect with you and really give a much more in-depth journey through all of the necklaces, and really tell you all of the little stories and meanings behind them. So hello everyone. Hi Eileen. Hi Carrie. Hi Miriam. I'm so glad you guys are here. Yes, and at any time, feel free to comment, ask me questions, let me know if there's an issue with sound or video. My partner Christian is working tirelessly in the background to make sure that everything goes really well. There he is, our tech wizard. So if anything happens, he'll step in to care for it for me. But anyways, hello and welcome. Let's see. Yes, a quick bio about me. This is my 20-year anniversary. So I have been making jewelry for 20 years now. I discovered metalsmithing when I was 21 in Italy, in Florence. I was studying abroad, and I remember they read from a list of classes, telling us basically like all the electives we could possibly take, and they were listing, like painting and art history, and I mean they all sounded fun. But then they read aloud introduction to metalsmithing, and something in my brain was just like, I remember the feeling of like my brain sort of like lighting up at those words, and I was like, I feel like I should take that. And that was 20 years ago, and here I am still creating jewelry. So it was a very, very pivotal changing moment for me. I did continue on to take an apprenticeship with a master goldsmith in Italy. I stayed well past my program to create that apprenticeship, which was a really amazing opportunity. And so I still create everything according to the methods of the Florentine goldsmiths. Not actually that much has changed in jewelry. I mean, unless you're doing like mass production or you're printing on a 3D machine, which obviously I'm not. If you're a traditional jeweler, like not all that much has changed. So I still use a saw like they would have used. I still use a small like blowtorch to create my pieces. And yeah, there's not too many tools that have really changed. So I am still creating things in these century-old techniques, and have been for 20 years. Everything is handmade. I create everything with these two hands. And everything is made from sterling silver and 18 and 22 karat gold. I used to use 14 karat gold in the first few years of my business, but then I switched to all 18. And now I also include 22 karat because I think it has such a beautiful color. And I want it to be around for generations to come. So that's a little bit about me. The live show tonight, I am basically going to take you through 30 pieces. I have three trays to share with you. And every piece, I will talk a little bit about the piece, give it a little bit of a story. And then I will say its price, and possibly if I have any show specials, those will also come available. And if you see a piece you fall in love with, just comment sold in the comments, and then I will show you how to claim it. So that is how my live shows work. And as always, feel free to comment any questions or anything you have in the comments. Just let me know. And I think without further ado, I will get started and take us through our trays. I'll probably repeat the trays a few times through the night, so if anyone joining can see, and so you guys can see the pieces a few times too. So, all right, we're gonna start with tray one. I do have a lot of new designs for this show, and some really incredible stones. I got to visit one of my stone cutters who I thought had retired permanently, but he has not quite yet. So I went and visited him, and I found a big treasure trove of really unique stones. So you should expect some really great stones, at least for the rest of this year. I did get quite a few. And then, yeah, that's it from from him. But I think I did clear him out on his best stones. So some of these tonight are going to be from him as well. All right. So tray one, we're going to start with the Art Nouveau Mermaid, the Cloud Pegasus, back by popular demand, the Purple Snail, the Hummingbird Talisman, the Star Catcher, the Queen of the Seas, Amaterasu. Oh, I'm sorry. This one is the Cherry Blossom Princesses first. And then Amaterasu, the Japanese goddess of the sun, is next. And then we'll have the Snake Talisman and the Tiger. And then tray two, we have the Rainbow Pixie, the Cosmic Whale, the Midnight Bat, Circe, the goddess of, Circe, the medicine woman, Artemis, the goddess of animals. And then my flower fairy actually sold off my website before the show, you guys. So she's unavailable. But we do have the last unicorn, the golden bee, the bluebell fairy, and then Astrea, the goddess of the stars. And then tray three, we're going to have Calliope the Muse, Vesta, the goddess of hearth and home, Yamaya, the African goddess of the sea, the Mirror Phoenix, the Cosmic Cat, the Golden Raven, Medicine Woman, the goddess of healing, the Muse, the goddess of inspiration, Beauty and the Beast, and the Tall Ship. So those are all of our pieces for tonight. And let me get started with our first one. This one is the Nouveau Mermaid. I love doing mermaids. I'm sure some of you have heard me talk about mermaids and how much I love them. I've always been a huge mermaid fan, and to me, they really symbolize just this beautiful, positive, feminine force that's found throughout the world, right? Everybody has a mermaid sort of folklore in their mythology. Every culture has like a sea maiden or a water nymph or a mermaid or water sprite, some sort of female mermaid mythology. So to me, mermaids just really represent the full spectrum of what it means to be a woman, from the Little Mermaid, who is like self-sacrificing out of love, to the sea sirens, right, who are like pulling down sailors to their doom. It's the full expression of femininity, which is why I love mermaids so much. And this beautiful mermaid is done in an Art Nouveau style, and she has, let me zoom in so you can see this beautiful lapis stone. This is a bright blue lapis lazuli stone with the little gold specks in it. Those are pyrite naturally occurring in lapis. And whenever you're looking for lapis, you always want to make sure you find those little pyrite flecks, because if it doesn't have them, if it's just like a straight blue, it's probably been dyed. So you want to look for those little, and I love them because they look like stars, right? Little like stars falling through the ocean waves. So here she is on the front. She has an Australian fire opal above her there. And then of course her tail is carved from 18 karat gold, with her little wristband being in gold as well. I will try her on. And everything is beaded to around 19 inches. But if you have a special request, I can always shorten or lengthen it, no problem. So here is our mermaid. I do have a video. This time I took videos of every single piece in the sun. So if I forget to show you a video in the sun, just say video and I will show it. I do like to show them. It's fun to see them indoors, right? Under like indoor lighting. And then it's fun to see them in the outdoor lighting as well. Here's our Nouveau Mermaid out in the light. You can see she's got some green flash on the Australian opal, and then that beautiful lapis on the back. It's just like such a beautiful piece. And I thought it was perfect for the ocean because it kind of reminds me of the waves with like the sunlight filtering down. So yes, okay, our Nouveau Mermaid. She is our first piece up for sale. Oh, and before I get into pricing, I did want to say that 10% of my first piece sold tonight is going to go to a charity, which will either be Planned Parenthood, the ACLU, or the Transgender Law Center. The person who buys the piece gets to decide which, or if they have a charity in mind, they can pitch it to me. And if I agree and it sounds great, then I will pick that charity. But yeah, we're going through a tough time collectively right now, and I want to support all of our lovely queer and trans people and women's rights and all BIPOC people. So 10% of our first sale is going to go to a worthy cause, doing my part. So yes. Okay. So the Nouveau Mermaid is priced at $9.90. And then her layaway price would be $3.30. She is still one of my few goddess ones that's priced at $9.90. I do have a few still in that like original bracket. I think now that I've hit 20 years, they have been priced that way for over 10 years. So I've never raised any of them with increasing metal or increasing costs. Some of them are due to go up, but I will always let you know. I will always be like, this is the last one at $9.90, and then the next tier is going to be $1,200 or something. So our Nouveau Mermaid is us, and I do have a number of the classic $9.90 designs up for sale tonight, just to give kind of a price range between them. And then I do have my most expensive piece here tonight, which is my Astria, my masterpiece Astria. So I've created a good range for you guys. Anyway, here's our mermaid. All right, next up let me change the cameras. Okay, next up we have the Cloud Pegasus. This piece debuted on I think it was my last live show last year, to great acclaim. This is a brand new design, and the Pegasus symbolizes freedom and freedom of spirit. So the Pegasus is about remembering your ideals, what makes you whole, what makes you feel free, and the Pegasus just helps you like leave the troubles that are weighing you down behind and soar to your best potential. So if you're feeling like really mired down by everything that's going on, disconnected from yourself, the Pegasus is going to help you rise above from that, reconnect to your true self, and then bring that energy back to the real world. And this Pegasus is on an insane stone. Let me turn it over. Okay, so this is a sunset jasper, and spoiler alert, I have actually been saving this stone for over 10 years for my personal use. I love it so much. It's like this beautiful it's like pale cream that goes to pale rose that goes to this darker rose. And I am just so in love with this stone. But I have realized, you guys, I'm never going to make a piece for myself with it. And when I created the Pegasus design, it sold out right away. And then I was like, okay, I need to make another one. I absolutely feel like this stone is so perfect with the Pegasus. It looks like he's rising over like a dawn lit cloudy sky. So I had to use it. It breaks my heart a little bit that I'm not going to keep this stone, but 10 years, if I was going to do something with it, I would have. So you guys get the benefit. This beautiful, one of my favorite stones is getting passed on tonight in our Pegasus. And then this Pegasus has a moonstone. So you get that beautiful, this one's a really fun one. It's got like a deep blue flash to it, a little moonstone below his feet. And I will try him on for you while I play the movie. Okay, so here's the Pegasus out in the sun. You can really see that moonstone light up there. And of course, my favorite stone on the back there. It's so funny, like what ends up being like my personal favorite stones versus the stones that people go for. But I've always loved this one. Oh, and he's beaded with natural pearls. Although if you wanted, I could switch him to a sterling silver chain. So, all right, here is our Pegasus on. And I do have a show special. The Pegasus is normally $2,600, but tonight I am doing a show special for $2,400. And then his layaway would be $480 a month for our Cloud Pegasus. I did not charge extra for this beautiful stone. I kind of wanted to, but I did not. So yes, so show special at $2,400 for our Cloud Pegasus. And yes, okay, what else was I? Oh, and I told you, yes, I could either do the pearl chain or a sterling silver chain for our Pegasus if need be. So if you want to claim any piece, just put sold, and actually ideally maybe put the name of your piece, like sold Pegasus, just in case I've moved on to a second piece, and just let me know in the comments. All right. What is my next? Oh, I need both cameras. Okay. Next up, I have two wee animals that have also been very popular. So I recently did the snail on this really, oh, Pegasus sold. Yay. Oh, Ash, I'm so happy. If anyone is getting my personal favorite stone, it should definitely be you because you will love it. So round of applause for our patron of the arts, Ash. I'm going to have her visit kellymorgan.com/thank you. I do have a new invoice form. It is a little simpler than the old one since I changed my website, but Ash, just fill it out and let me know if you want layaway or pay in full. And then in the notes, you tell me your choice of charity that you want, because this is our first sale tonight. So that means that $240 are going to either Planned Parenthood, the ACLU, the Transgendered Law Center, or Ash's choice of charity, which I would totally trust. So you tell me, Ash, where you want it to go. And we can do a little support of our community and a little love for our Pegasus. So yay, I'm so excited. I'm really glad. Oh, and let me know if you want the pearls or a sterling silver chain, but I would go for the pearls because I know you have sterling silver chains, and I think these might match some of your other pieces too. So yay. All right. That Pegasus, everybody loves him. I love him too. It's so funny. I had always wanted to do a Pegasus, but I hadn't found a design that worked. And I think it was because I'd been trying to make the wings like really large, almost like horizontally. And I hadn't yet gotten comfortable, you guys have seen, I've have some designs that break the frame now. And I feel very comfortable doing those. I think they look great. And so once I was like, oh, the wings could be more vertical and break the frame, I was like, okay, I finally got the design I wanted after like 10 years of trying. All right. Yay. Okay. Pegasus. We're moving on to our snail friend. Our snail friend here is on this really insane stone. This is called Mojave turquoise. And it's this beautiful, it is a blend of turquoises. So they blend the purple and the blue with this gold matrix, which is really cool, and holding it all together. It doesn't naturally occur like this. It is like a really cool blended stone. But I had found this really unique stone. I forget where I found it. I think it was from one of my stone cutters in their like really small, their small stones section. And I was like, okay, I have to have it. And then of course the snail sold right away because it was such an interesting stone. And I'm like, I can't get any more. But then I went on Etsy specifically looking for it, and I actually found another piece. So I was really excited to bring this unique snail back because I know a lot of people fell in love with him. And at the time, I was not expecting to find this stone again. But then I did. So, yay. And then he is enameled. So let me zoom in. He's got his little shell, and then he's got 3 different colors of enamel. We've got a purple, a deep blue, and then a lighter blue here to match his coloring. And then I will try him on and show you the video. Let me see. Snail friend. The price sheet? What do you mean? For today, it's on the sheet you should have.
No, well, on the computer.
I don't know. Why do you need it?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, sorry guys, talking to Christian. Playing the snail video. Oops, that's snake. Playing the snail video one more time so I can talk over to it. Yes, here's our snail out in the sun with his amazing Mojave turquoise. You can see that like those gold flecks on the back are the matrix that holds it together, which is really cool. I think the snail and the hummingbird, who's coming up next, are my smallest pieces that I've ever made. Maybe the hummingbird is smaller by a tiny amount, but not by much. So yes, people have been begging me to do super small pieces for years. I have finally obliged. The snail symbolizes patience and perseverance for obvious reasons. He is moving at a slow pace. He's moving at his own pace. And so the snail reminds us to always honor the slowest parts of ourselves that are reluctant to change. They're having a hard time. we need to be kind to them, and sometimes we can only move as fast as the slowest parts of us can go. So remember to honor the slower parts of yourselves and just have patience. That is our snail medicine. This snail does come with the amethyst chain, although you could get a sterling silver chain if you wanted. He is priced at 1,200, and then his layaway would be 400 for our little snail. What is the stone? The stone is called Mojave turquoise. That's that really insane patterning. So yes, a new stone that I probably won't be able to find more of it because it's very small. They don't make like big pieces for my larger ones. So yes, hence the Mojave turquoise on my very smallest piece. But actually getting this piece inspired me to make the snail originally. So, okay, that is our little snail. Oh, and I will do the hummingbird next, who is also our tiny piece. This little hummingbird is on Amazonite, which is this beautiful aqua blue. It's so, well, I guess blue-green. It is a stone that is more prevalent now. Miriam's asking, oh, is it a natural stone? Yeah, it's part natural and part not. So it's basically, in order to get that insane color mix, they are taking like the purple stone and the blue stone, and then they are mixing them together with a matrix. And that's those sort of gold flecks you're seeing on the back is the matrix that holds it all in. So yes, it is the only one of my stones I've ever used that isn't like taken from the earth in exactly that way, but I could not resist. I was like, I love it. It still has properties. If you Google Mojave turquoise online, it still has like really interesting properties, and I think it has healing components as well. But it is one of my not 100% natural stones. I couldn't say no to the color mix. So anyway, the hummingbird is our natural Amazonite stone in a little fun shield shape here with our hummingbird in solid 18 karat gold. And then this one has matching Amazonite beading that I was able to find. I was pretty pleased to find like such a perfect match to that. Oops, there it goes. It's so small, you guys. It's falling out of my hand. And let me show the little video of our hummingbird. Here's our hummingbird out in the sun. And this one, I have a little bit of a show special in that I am going to be including the chain. For these smaller pieces, I usually charge extra for the chain. But this one, I am going to, both the snail and the hummingbird do come with their chain. So that is our little inclusion for the hummingbird tonight. It is priced at $9.90, and then the layaway is $3.30. And the meaning of the hummingbird, they have the sweetest meanings, you guys. Every time I like look up the animal medicine, the hummingbird is like by far the best. It's like joy, peace, love, harmony, like good fortune. I'm like, wow, everybody loves hummingbirds for a reason. So this is a very wonderful piece with a lot of healing properties a lot of properties of happiness and joy for our hummingbird. And they are such delightful creatures. So I do really enjoy whenever I see one. They make me happy. Okay, next up we have our star catcher. This is a design that I debuted last year. I made one and then I kept it, and then I made another one for sale. And I have not made another one since. So this is my newest star catcher. This is probably one of my personal favorite designs since I haven't kept one of my own pieces for a long time. But I did have to keep this one. The star catcher is all about manifesting your dreams and your wishes. She has 5 little stars here in the background. And then she is wearing her starry cloak here. Oh, let me zoom in. She has this beautiful crown in her head, and then her hair is made out of solid 18 karat gold with a 22 karat gold, her little crown here. And then her stone, this is one of my new ones that I absolutely love. This is a really gorgeous imperial jasper, and it is just this gorgeous, like pure aqua color. I absolutely fell in love with it. It's really soft and subtle. I did the previous star catcher on a really high contrast stone. I think it was the black rainbow obsidian. And so this is complete opposite, but I really love how it came out. And then she is beaded with these are apatite beads to match, which I thought were also like really soft and subtle. I will try her on. Oh yeah, I'm glad you guys like her. I really like her too. And we could all use some of our dreams coming true. So here she is outside. So outside, it's almost like this bright aqua green. It's so like kind of blue green toned. Interesting that on the camera indoors, it's coming across a little bit more gray green. But I would say in real life, it's a little brighter than what's coming across on the camera here. Well, that's why I do the outdoor videos, so you guys can see the bright colors. So here she is on the apatite, our little dream catcher, star catcher. And I do have a show special for her. She does have solid gold hair, so normally she would be $2,900, but tonight she is going to be $2,600. And then her layaway would be $520 a month for our star catcher, who does include either the apatite chain or your choice of sterling silver chain. So there is maybe the design I'm most partial to. Now I'm sort of like, ooh, do I want to switch mine and keep this one because it would match everything? But no, I love mine. I'm very happy with mine. So, oh yes, Erica, yeah, you have the original star catcher, and that's the one that's on the rainbow obsidian, which is so like it's such high contrast, and this one is like the polar opposite with like the light contrast. But I love them both. I cannot decide which I like better. So, all right, that is our star catcher. And then next up, we have another really popular one, which was our Queen of the Seas. This piece had an interesting story. I made this piece 3 years ago, and she sat around for like 2 full years. No pricing inquiries. Nobody asked about her. Nobody was like, oh, how much is the Queen of the Seas? No word. And I'm like, oh man, what a failed design. It's one of my all-time favorite designs. I love it. I want to make it again. And then finally, somebody bought it. I don't think she'd seen it before. She loves mermaids. She grabbed it. She was like, yay, I'm so happy I'm getting her. And then in that week, I got like 3 other price inquiries for her. And then people were like legit mad that she had sold. And it was so funny because I had no idea there was any interest in her. But apparently a bunch of people had been watching her and like desperately wanting her, but like had not told me at any time. I think they'd heard like the price on live shows and they were like squirreling it away. But I was so happy to hear that everybody loved her because I really love her. And I was so excited to make this design again this year. I'd been waiting for the right stone. And then I found this gorgeous beauty. This was another new stone from my stone cutter. This is a Saginite agate, but this is a Saginite agate from probably like 50 years ago, 60 years ago. So now when Saginite agates come out, they're basically black with like clear pockets. There's no more blue. And so these old ones, I'm going to zoom in, these older ones have these beautiful like blue tendrils, and like this one has like a cool crystal pocket. And they're just stunning, but you cannot find them anymore. So I found this one in his collection. I was really excited because it is the perfect storm coming out behind her. The last one had sort of like a sunset happening, and I was like, okay, great. This Queen of the Seas is going to have a storm behind her. So she's got her tall ship that she's singing to, the roiling waves, her beautiful hair. She is another mermaid, as we talked about before, that mermaids are the emblem of femininity in all of its spectrum. So who knows? You decide, is this Queen of the Seas, is she singing the sailors to their death, or is she falling in love with her human companion? You decide. Or she could be both, depending on the day. So she's a little diamond in her golden hair, and I will try her on for you. Let me find her here she is out in the sun. You can see how blue that stone looks. It's just such a gorgeous, interesting color, and I love the back of it. Oh, and her beads are labradorite, matching labradorite. And then let's try her on. I do have a show special for her. I love this shape too. I do not have a piece that I've kept in this shape yet, but as I try it on, I'm like, I really like that, especially layering. So I might have to make my own Queen of the Seas if I don't keep this one. She is priced at 3,200 normally, and then her show special would be 2,900, and then her layaway would be 580 a month for our much awaited second Queen of the Seas. I had to bring her back. Okay. Oh yes, and then we have two new designs. Oh yay! Sold for Queen of the Seas for Danica. Yay! I got your message. It's coming through. I know you wanted her. I'm glad you got to log in time. So, Danica, round of applause. She will be enjoying our powerful Queen of the Seas on the beautiful Saginite agate there. So, yay. Yeah, I'm so glad she's going to a new home. I love this piece. And I'm glad that I wasn't the only one that loved her. I felt so mystified for a long time. So, okay, let me go back to, so Danica, you are going to go to kellymorgan.com/thank you. Yes, you were one of the ones voting. You were like, bring back Queen of the Seas. And then I think in my vote, I had you guys vote for Pirate Queen, Queen of the Seas, and Scheherazade. And on Facebook, it was perfectly even. It was like, I forget, like 4 for each one. And then on Instagram, it was a crushing victory for Queen of the Seas. Nobody even came close. I probably will bring back the Pirate Queen at some point. But yes, the audience made their will known, and it was definitely the Queen of the Seas. So yes, she's been brought back to much acclaim. Thank you, Danica. Yes, just fill out your form. Okay. And then next up, I have this set of pieces that I have been actually finished them last year. And I've been quietly, patiently waiting to show you guys because I was really excited about them. I wanted to do some Japanese goddesses. And so let me see if I can, Olga is for the Queen of the Seas sinking the ship. Yeah, I'm in kind of that mood too, Olga. So let's get those sailors. Here are my two Japanese goddesses. This one on is that the left? Yes, the left is the Cherry Blossom Princess. She is based on a real princess who was the goddess of volcanoes and the spring. And I love her because she is this wonderful duality of strength and gentleness. I also sometimes feel like the goddess volcanoes, the goddess of spring. It's like that being a woman, right? Sometimes you just have to be so strong, and sometimes you just want to be gentle and feminine. So the Cherry Blossom Princess reminds us of that dichotomy. And then I also have always wanted to do Amaterasu, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, who was the Japanese goddess of the sun and creation and beauty and life and joy. She was like one of their major probably arguably their most major goddess. And so I did her with a traditional magnolia tree and a giant magnolia on her kimono here. Let me zoom into both of these. I'll talk about each one individually. Yes, so our Cherry Blossom Princess. So she is this is an African opal, and this is actually the same type of stone that the original Queen of the Seas was on. That Queen of the Seas had more of the blue tone, and then she had like a sunset in the background with the red. But this one is much more like red and rose toned with just a tiny bit of the gray blue. And then I love it because on the front, it gives it that warm sort of cherry blossom color. And you can see all the details on her kimono here. I have actually etched a little wave pattern, which you can see in the shadows there. And then she has a tiny little koi fish swimming in the waves for her obi there, and is holding a staff that is blossoming into cherry blossoms. And then, of course, the matching pink tourmaline for her beading. I will try her on and show you guys here she is out in the sun. You can see, I love how the stone really brings out the warmth of the gold. And there's that African opal on the back. Not sure why it's called African opal. I need to research that because it's not in the opal family, really. It might just because it kind of has the same coloring. So here she is on the beautiful gradiated rose tourmaline there. And then let's see. Oh, we do have a show special for her. She has a lot of gold and a lot of detail. So she would normally be $3,200, but tonight she is going to be $2,950. And then her layaway would be $590, which of course comes with the tourmaline beads if you would like, or a sterling silver chain. I also think she would be really pretty on if you strung her with a silver and a gold chain at the same time. I think it would really pick up the colors of the metal really well too. So that is my newest Japanese goddess. And then let's zoom into Amaterasu here. And then she also has a detail on the kimono collar coming down here with the magnolia tree blossoming in the background. And then this stone, this is not an African opal, although the color family is very similar. It's this is actually a flower agate, and it has these beautiful, like almost like, I mean, to me, they look like actual magnolias, like blossoming in the stone, but it also has like translucency. Let me see. You can see into this like clear, it's not a pocket because it's actually part of the stone, but it's like a clear patch in here and you can like see down into the stone. It's really wild. I love it. It's such a unique stone, and it also matches the rose tourmaline really well. So that is another new stone on our beautiful Amaterasu, the goddess of the sun. We will try her on. Oh, and play her video. Here she is in the sun. And she is a goddess that is all about basically like shedding light into the darkness. So if there is anything either in your external environment or your internal environment, she helps you have the courage to be the shining light that goes forth in the darkness. Her name, I think her name means like she who shines from the heavens, or like the shining light of the heavens. And so I really love that imagery that she will help us shine our own light really brightly into the world. So that's our Amaterasu, the first time that I've done her as a goddess. So yeah, this stone looks like a blooming flower tree. It's wild. Which stone was more difficult to work with? My stones aren't too difficult to work with. Basically, I do cut them all by hand. So they're pretty much same difficulty level tier. Yeah, they don't pose too much varying levels of difficulty, which is nice. The metalwork, on the other hand, can vary quite differently from piece to piece. Okay, let's see. Amaterasu, I do have a show special. She would normally be $2,900, but tonight she is going to be $2,800, and her layaway is $560 for our Japanese goddess of the shining light. Okay. All right. And then we've got two more from the first tray. And then I'll do a quick tray recap for anyone that came in a little bit late, because I know a few people had to come in a little bit late. Okay, next up we have the Year of the Snake 2025. You guys know I had to do a snake pendant, my classic snake. And I will zoom in here. This is our snake on a beautiful labradorite. You can see this one has a lot of blue color and golden, and a few interesting spots of black too, which I thought made it look like he was kind of going through a really beautiful landscape. And then we have that flash on the back. This stone is really unique because on the front, it's got the blue, it's got the gold, and it's got these little black patches. And then on the back, no black patch, just blue gold shining all the time. So I thought that was cool that it was different from the front and the back. But anyway, the snake symbolizes transformation, shedding of the old. If there's anything you are wanting to transform in 2025, this is a great year to start. I have hand stamped the little scales on the snake, and then he has golden poppies to symbolize remembrance. So it's kind of the idea that we are honoring the old, but transforming into the new. So I will try on the snake. The snake comes with the sterling silver chain. Oh, let me play his video out in the sun. I think I did put him on a labradorite chain in the sun just so you could see if you did want to upgrade him to a labradorite, but, or a labradorite chain. You can see, yeah, that stone is it's like green, gold, blue. It's a really flashy one that's like pure colors on the back and then really interesting patterns on the front. Let me see. Oh, and this is an 18-inch chain. I do have 16 and 20. So I can, of course, if anybody wants me to try him on in a different length, I am happy to do that. And our snake is $1,200 and his layaway would be $400 for a month. And if you wanted to upgrade to a gemstone labradorite chain, that would be $125 for a gemstone upgrade. Otherwise, he comes with the sterling silver chain. And I thought that was perfect for our year of the snake. I always love it when like the Chinese zodiac year matches with a piece that I do and love. So last year was the dragon, which was wonderful. I did my lunar dragon, and this year is the snake, and I love doing the snake pattern. So that's always really fun. Next up, we have the tiger. It was the year of the tiger a few years back. I do remember that. So, oh, thank you, Sharon. That's very kind. Yes, I do feel like I have a lot of really strong designs for starting the year, so I'm excited. This tiger is made on a piece of makume gane. Let me shine it. Okay, so there you can see the folds in it. It is made by folding bronze and silver sheets together until you get this really unique exciting pattern. I am almost completely out of the sheet that I made in 2015 back in England, which was 10 years ago now. I've been slowly milking that sheet. But I love it because it reminds me of like animal fur. And I've looked into getting it like, commercially made or made by someone else. And the patterns are not good. They do not look like fur. So I'm like, oh man, I think I have enough for like one more tiger, and then I'm going to have a problem on my hands. But anyway, I love doing the tiger out of makume gane. He has the rising sun behind him. He's standing in the silver clouds. And of course he is on tiger's eye because that is the perfect stone for our tiger. You can see that beautiful classic shimmer that tiger's eye has. And this is the first one that I have done on pearls. I normally just put this one on a sterling silver chain, but I thought, oh my goodness, like these pearls match really well, really, really well. And they're so beautiful in gold. I'm just going to string him on the pearls. And I think this one, they are permanently strung. Because some of the pearls were like a little too large for the veil. So he is set on the pearls. Unless you want him on a sterling silver chain, then I will cut the pearls off and put him on a chain that you can swap in and out. But I wanted to do one that was a little different on the actual pearls. The stone was tiger's eye, which is, of course, perfect for our tiger friend. And the tiger symbolizes strength, inner power, fire, the sun element. Our tiger is all about empowering you and giving you that extra boost of confidence and strength that you need to tackle the world. Here he is on the pearl beading. And let me play his video in the sun. Here he is. You can see that beautiful color, the bronze color of the makume gane. It's kind of hard to see the pattern until you get close up, but it is a beautiful folded pattern. And then there's our tiger's eye out in the sun with that classic shimmer that it has. And let me check. Okay, yes. And our tiger is priced at $1,400. And then his layaway is $467, which does include your choice. If you want the pearl chain, I can leave it. Otherwise, I can cut it off and send you a sterling silver chain instead. So that is our tiger. Okay, and that concludes tray 2. Let me go ahead. I'm just going to do a quick recap. If anyone is joining me, I'm Kelly Morgan of Kelly Morgan Jewelry. I've been handcrafting my jewelry for 20 years this year, my 20th anniversary. I started in 2005. By being apprenticed to a master goldsmith in Florence, Italy, and then a Cherokee medicine man who taught me how to create meaning and stories behind all of my pieces. And everything is made from sterling silver, 18 karat gold, 22 karat gold. And then I use either semi-precious gems like amber or amethyst and garnet, all the way up to precious gems like sapphires and diamonds. So what we are doing tonight is going through 30 pieces together. I'm telling you all the stories behind them, and you are able to buy them live. So yay. I'm going to go through the 3 trays that I have available tonight. So if anyone hasn't seen them, they'll get caught up, and then we'll start going through tray 2. Okay. Tray 1. So we still have the Art Nouveau Mermaid. Our Cloud Pegasus is sold. We still have our Purple Snail, our Golden Hummingbird, our beautiful Star Catcher. The Queen of the Seas is sold. We still have the Cherry Blossom Princess and Amaterasu, the Japanese goddess of the sun, the Golden Snake, and the Tiger Talisman. Coming up next, we're going to see the Rainbow Pixie, the Cosmic Whale, the Midnight Bat, Circe, the Medicine Woman, Artemis, the Goddess of Animals. The Flower Fairy did sell off my website last week. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't take her down off this tray video because it was already filmed. We still have the Last Unicorn, the Golden Bee, the Bluebell Fairy, and my masterpiece Astrea, the Goddess of the Stars. And then tray 3 is going to be Calliope the Muse, Vesta, the goddess of home and hearth, Yamaya, the African goddess of the ocean, the Mirror Phoenix, the Cosmic Cat, the Golden Raven, Medicine Woman, goddess of healing, the Muse, the goddess of inspiration, Beauty and the Beast, and the Tall Ship. So those are everything we have gone through so far. Oh, I need a new tray, Christian.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to do invoices.
That's okay.
Like spacing out here.
Did we get our 2 invoices so far?
Danica, yes.
And Ash?
I don't know yet. I'm still behind.
Oh, you're still behind. Okay. Can you check email?
Sure.
Yeah, just checking, Ash. If you haven't sent yours, just fill out kellymorgan.com/thank you, but it's also possible Christian hasn't seen it yet. So if it's there, if you've already sent it, thank you. Okay. Oh, and if you guys have any questions about any pricing on tray 1 that you would like to know as I go through the other pieces, just let me know and I can quickly give you a price for a previous one. And then, of course, at the end, she sent it. Okay. Great job. I knew she would. Yeah. Well, it's a lot of work. Oh, yes. And I guess Ash and Danica, look out. If you did choose pay in full, Christian will be sending you an invoice, hopefully by the end of the show. What? They both picked pay in full? Okay, then Christian should be sending you an invoice shortly, which would be great if you can complete. So,
I am slow.
But he is slow, so it is coming. What was I going to say? I forget. Anyway, we're going to go through tray 2. If at any time you see a piece that you fall in love with, just comment sold and ideally the name of the piece in case I've started talking about another one, because I do have about a 20-second latency delay. So just comment sold and I will see your comment. Okay, so moving on to our tray 2. This was a piece that came out last year in my big winter collection email that I absolutely love. This is the Rainbow Pixie. I'm going to zoom in on her. She is our little wood fairy that has enameled wings, the same colors that the snail does, a light blue, a dark blue, a purple. She is wearing a woodland crown of flowers and a little floral bodice. And she has a star in her hand as she is the fairy of all good wishes, and basically is the fairy of harmony and unity and loves all people. So that is our beautiful rainbow pixie. I had to say rainbow because she has all of the colors of the rainbow. This is a really gorgeous stone that I absolutely love. I'm forgetting what it is called now. I found it tucked away in one of my collector's trays. And I want to say like Maramamba Jasper, I think. But anyway, it has the red, it has the orange and yellow. Then we have the green and blue on the front, the purple from the enamel, all the colors of the rainbow. So I love doing my joyful little fairy pieces. So this is our rainbow pixie. I will try her on. Oh yes, the price of the snail was $1,200 with layaway being $400. And as part of a show special, the snail does include the chain, so it includes the amethyst chain as well. And I think that's probably Alicia who's asking. But I'm happy to do a recap of the snail once I get through the trays. So no problem. Okay. Let me try on our rainbow pixie. Here she is. These beads are chrysocolla, which are this beautiful gradient of like sort of a lighter turquoise teal color all the way down to like a really dark blue. And I've been using them a lot lately. I really love them because they kind of pick up all the blue colors, but also they have some like interest because they have that beautiful like ombre effect. Let's see, our rainbow pixie. Here she is out in the sun with her gold glowing really beautifully. And then we have, I think it's Maramamba Picture Jasper is what that is called in the back, which just has, such interesting tonality to it. I really love this stone. I don't have any more of it, alas, but it was pretty well it lasted. And our rainbow pixie does have a show special. She would normally be $2,900, and then her show special is $2,600 with layaway at $520 a month. And again, she symbolizes unity and love amongst all people, with her spirit being the spirit of the rainbow. And then she's holding her little star in her hand to grant your wishes. So that is our sweet rainbow pixie. And then next up, I'm going to do 2 animal pieces. I have the whale and the bat coming up. And I think our whale has some fur attached to him. Perhaps the cats have been playing. Yes, there's a lot of cat fur in this. Okay. Oh boy. Sorry, guys. A lot of fluff. Okay. Next up, we have our cosmic whale. I call him the cosmic whale because I love making him on lapis, which to me just looks like the night sky with little stars, like sort of falling through the sky behind him. This one is crazy. It's a crazy stone. It's like this bright electric blue with just a few little stars scattered in it, right? It's like, this is no filter, guys. It is this color in real life. It's wild. And then the front is a little bit darker, but then it has all of these like galaxies behind it, which I thought was perfect and reminds me of like the whale flying through space there. And then he has little cosmic stars and moons engraved in him. Whales are called the gentle protectors of the sea and the memory keepers. So they are all about using their gentle strength to protect and remember their people. They are just wonderful, wonderful emblems of like positivity and using your strength for good. So I have always found them incredibly majestic. This one is beaded on matching lapis, which are very shimmery. They're not coated. They're just like highly faceted, but I'll hold them up in the light. They go crazy. Like you can see them, like they look like they've been coated, but they're just catching the light in like 10 trillion different little ways. And I thought that was great for our cosmic whale because definitely feels like very starry energy. I do have a video of him. Here he is outside. You can see that beautiful contrast of the dark lapis stone with the gold. And then on the back, it's like a totally different stone. It's bright electric blue. It's crazy. It blew out the colors on the camera. It's just so wild. Anyway, our whale is $1,400. He does come with the chain, and then his layaway is $467 for our whale friend. So yeah, exactly. The sparkly beads are very much matching the sparkly stone, which I thought was appropriate for the whale. All right, next up we have the Midnight Bat. This was a piece I created for Halloween. It is my only Halloween piece that survived the Halloween frenzy, you guys. Everyone loves Halloween, myself included. It's definitely the best holiday. But we do still have our midnight bat friend. Let me zoom in. He has a patina. So he is actually, I have used a liver of sulfur patina to create that black layer of the bat over the silver. He has a tiny little 22 karat gold moon. And then on the back, you have this beautiful crescent moon. This is a fossilized palm frond, which means that millions of years ago, or possibly billions of years ago, it used to be a palm frond tree, which is pretty wild. Now it is a crescent moonstone backing our bat, who comes with these beautiful little black sapphire beading for his chain there. And let me try him on. And of course, bats symbolize alchemy, transformation, magic, intuition. They're very much, if you love the night and sort of that beautiful like twilight mystery area of the day, then bats are your spirit animal. He also has very sparkly beads. So these black sapphires are also super, super sparkly. I do have a video of him out in the sun. Here he is amongst the flowers, where he would not normally be as a bat. He should only be flying at night. But I wanted to show him to you under the daylight. There's that beautiful fossilized palm frond stone. And I love it because it's just so magical. It has such great colors for our little bat friend. I do have a show special for him. He would normally be $1,800, and then tonight he is $1,600, with his layaway being $400 a month for our little bat friend. If he doesn't sell tonight, I might hide him away again until next Halloween. Maybe wear him myself in the meantime. But let me know if anyone would like to take home our little bat friend. I was so happy you guys loved like Halloween and witchy stuff as much as I do. It's very freeing to know I can make like Pegasi, and witches, and I have others who love them as well. So that makes me very happy. Okay, next up, I have two classic pieces. As I was saying earlier, I did want to include a few of my classic original designs, which are still priced. Both of the, or actually not both of these. Circe is $990, Artemis is $1,200, but they are still in their original price range for I think the last 10 years. So grab a classic design while you still can. This first one is Circe. She is a medicine woman who lived on the Greek island of Aegea, and she was basically a forerunner of today's women. She was incredibly independent. She was a healer. She basically ran the entire island herself, and was like an astrologer, an astronomer. She did it all. She was amazing. And so she's casting a healing spell from her bowl here, and then the smoke is turning into a snake, which is the Native American medicine animal for healing. So I wanted to show her here as a healer. She is on a really beautiful stone. This is a red moss agate, and as you can see, it has these beautiful translucent pockets in it with the swirls of that gorgeous red. It's a really bright red too. It's like this exact color. It's like this wild sunset color. And then I matched it with a garnet accent stone and gradiated pearls for the beading. Let me try her on real fast. I do have a video of her. Here she is out in the sun. I'm sorry, it says my current Circe, you guys. I filmed this for the website, and then I forgot to keep the original file where I didn't write my current Circe over it. But yes, this is my current Circe. There's her stone. It looks almost like purple. It's like this dark plum, like in certain lights, and then it's this like super bright like fire brick red in other lights. And that's the nature of agates, right? They will change depending on the light that they're in, whereas jaspers are basically fully opaque, so they won't they really don't change color that much. But agates will, depending on what you're wearing, what the lighting is, they can change colors. It's really wild. Here is Circe on. She's one of my classic pieces, beaded to 19 inches, but I can adjust that if necessary. And then, yes, as I said earlier, she is still priced at $9.90. And her layaway is $3.30 a month for our medicine woman. If anyone needs a little bit of independence and empowerment from our magical healer, Circe. I think I've been doing this design for, I think she came out in the second or third year of my business. So like, maybe 2007 or 2008. I think she was originally priced at $750. Then she went up to $990, where she stayed for like 12 years. But I've always loved her as a goddess. If you do any research on Circe, she's really fascinating, really complicated, intriguing woman. And I've always loved her. So she's one of the few like original designs that I still make because I absolutely love her. Okay. And speaking of other original designs that I've been making for a while, this is Artemis, our goddess of animals. She was also known as Diana in Roman mythology. She is holding her cat companion, as cats were sacred to her. And I do have the documentation on that. I know cats aren't as common as the stag or the bear to Artemis, but there is a statue that they found where Artemis was covered in cats in one particular island. So we do know that cats were also sacred to her, and they are sacred to many of us as well. She was also the goddess of the hunt, the goddess of the forest, the goddess of the moon, and actually the goddess of women's healing. So she would be the goddess that women specifically would pray to for healing and a safe childbirth. And then she has this beautiful purple jasper on the back. I got a trove of this from my stone cutter a few years ago, and I've been like slowly doling it out. I feel like it's a color I've used a lot. And so people are like, oh yeah, that purple, that's totally normal. But once this purple is gone, guys, I have no more purple. It is a hard color to get. And I made my stone cutter give me all the purple he had. I'm like, cut it all for me, please. So I do have a few more pieces of it left, but just know it is a really special and it is a really rare color. It's very hard to get. She is beaded with amethyst on an amethyst accent stone here. And she is priced at $1,200 for Artemis. And then her layaway would be $400 a month. I guess she's the exact same size and the exact same length as Circe. They're just different colors. I have a few like standard stone shapes for my stone cutter, because then I can be like, can you cut me one of the trapezoid shapes out of the purple jasper? And then he'll do it, which is great. I love him. Okay, that is, do I have a video of Artemis? Yes, I do. Here she is. Her beautiful Artemis in the sun with that gorgeous purple. I'm going to be so sad when that purple jasper is gone. I really love it. I'll have to look for other sources of purple, but I was lucky to get the batch I did. So there is our Artemis. And speaking of purple, we do have our Bluebell Fairy coming up. I forget which one came first. I think the unicorn came first. I'll do the unicorn first. This one is my unicorn. This is based on The Last Unicorn. If anyone has ever seen that movie, it is one of my favorite movies of all time, that I absolutely loved growing up. And to me, unicorns are just symbols of pure joy and happiness. They remind us of our pure hearts when we were kids, and the things that we just loved inside of ourselves that were just like us. And for me, unicorns have always been that, just that magical, like beautiful feeling of my passion and love in childhood. So to me, they just symbolize joy and also like reconnecting with that part of ourselves, right? Because just because we're adults doesn't mean we can't love unicorns, doesn't mean we can't wear unicorns and cherish those parts of ourselves. It's so important to stay connected to those and not let everything else just drown out the little fire inside of you. So do what makes you happy. Love unicorns if you love unicorns. Love mermaids if you love unicorns, or if you love mermaids. You're not alone. I'm there with you. So this is our unicorn. She is standing in her golden wood with the beautiful golden leaves falling around her. And then she is on this really gorgeous rose imperial jasper, which I love. It just has these gorgeous patterns to it. Almost looks like it was like painted with this like cool like falling like a falling star path or something through it. And then she has the beautiful garnets to match here. I will try her on for you. Oh yeah, Kellyanne, you're like me. You love the unicorns and the mermaids. That's how we roll. I'm glad you love the unicorn. Yes, it is the last unicorn. I absolutely. You guys comment if you love The Last Unicorn because I need to know that I'm not alone. It's an amazing movie and I love it. Here she is on her sparkly garnets. This is another one that can be worn with either a sterling chain or our beaded garnet chain. And let me show you her in the sun. Yeah, you can really see the rose color of that stone. It really brings out the gold, kind of like a beautiful warm rose colored woods. And there's that gorgeous back with the jasper. Go back. Oh, nope, wrong camera. There. Okay. So we're trying her on, and then her price. So she is going to be my last one at this price. And then after I make her again, she's going to go up. So right now she is still priced at 2,200. Her layaway would be 550. And then the next one I make is going to go up to 2,400 just because this solid, I love doing, the leaves have to be gold. It just like, it needs to be golden forest, but gold is so expensive. So she's going to have to go up to 2,400 next time. But for now, this one is still 2,200. So let me know if anyone wants to grab her. No, I've never made her on a purple stone. I've never found a purple stone in this shape. I bug my stone cutter about it regularly, but the purple jaspers that he's able to find are much more like Artemis's size. So yeah, I've made her in green, in blue, and then kind of this like rose color. So it does have a little bit of purple in it. But yeah, I've never found a purple stone in this shape. So maybe someday, but I don't know. I haven't seen one in 10 years. Probably not going to happen. Yes, Suko knows the lyrics to Last Unicorn. Well done. All right, next up, we have the Bluebell Fairy. So yes, this is kind of the largest I've found purple. This is a Charoite purple, which is a little different than the purple jasper. It's a little like more royal purple, a little bit of a darker hue. And yeah, this is kind of as big as I find them. And yeah, I think it's just the problem with the shape. It would just have to be huge for me to cut it into the shield shape. So yeah, Kelly, you might be thinking of the blue, because I did do her in lapis once. I think it's been lapis green and kind of the rose color. So maybe someday purple. Yes. So our Bluebell Fairy. So she is our fairy. She's based on Mary Cicely Barker. She was a famous illustrator who did the Flower Fairy series. You guys can Google her if you're on a computer. She did these delightful little flower fairies. And so this is based off the bluebell flower, which in the Victorian language of flowers means infinite love. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet. So, so if you can see, and actually this is a perfect piece for Valentine's Day, I'm realizing. She has our 3 little hearts. I made the middle one is 22 karat gold. The one on the right is rose gold, and the one on the left is 18 karat gold. And then she has the little bluebell here with the little flowers in the shape of hearts. Again, 22 karat gold, rose gold, and then 18 karat gold. I thought that was really fun to do the little hearts in the 3 different colors. And then she has a little diamond in her bodice here. And of course, that gorgeous Charoite purple stone on the back, and then matching amethyst. And so as she symbolizes infinite love, that can be anything. It can be self-love. It can be romantic love. It can be community love, love for the world around you, love for whatever you love. So she represents any type of love. that you have. That is infinite. Here is our Bluebell Fairy on with her beautiful sparkling beads. I do have a video. Let's see. Bluebell Fairy. There she is. Yeah, the stone is like a deep dark purple. It's really gorgeous. A beautiful, beautiful contrast, especially to the rose gold. It's really pretty. And yeah, a little bit darker than the purple jasper that Artemis was on. So here she is. Yeah, I think I had a full set of the little flower fairy books. They actually, that was pretty influential, I would say, in my style of artwork. It's not quite Art Nouveau, but it's this very if you had to ask me what my two artistic inspirations were, I would say without hesitation Art Nouveau, but I would also say probably like vintage children's illustrations. So like Mary Cicely Barker, Kay Nielsen, Arthur Rackham, oh gosh, why am I blanking on her name? I'm totally obsessed with her. Oh, I can't remember her name. The style of... Oh, okay. Oh, Florence Harrison. Florence Harrison. I love Florence Harrison. She does like these beautiful, like, yeah, they're not Art Nouveau, but they're like very like soft wavy hair, like princesses. A lot of you would probably recognize them from your children's books. So anyway, vintage children illustration. I love it. I'm obsessed with it. If you Google, there's some beautiful ones out there to see. I do have a show special for her. Back to the show. She's normally $2,900 due to all the detail in the little diamond. But tonight, she is one of my big show specials. She is going for $2,600 with her layaway at $520 for our Bluebell Fairy. So let me know if anyone would like to take her home at this time of love. I think strongly that Valentine's Day should just be celebrated as anything you love. And if what you love is staying home and eating a bunch of chocolate, then that's what I'm going to do. Join me. Okay, next up we're almost at the end of tray 2, and then we'll do a quick recap. We have the Golden Bee, and of course the masterpiece Astria is coming up at the end of the tray. Our Golden Bee, let me zoom in here. This one is one of my very sculptural designs. So if we turn him to the side, you can see I've actually dapped out his body using my chasing tools. This is 22 karat gold because it really adapts very well to being chased out. And then you have the 18 karat wings, and this is a little purple iolite stone in the center. And then this really unique stone, this is a Russian pediorisite, which I don't really have any more of because it is completely mined out at this point. But it's basically, it looks like dark navy, but it is really interesting. It's almost like tiger's eye. It has these little liquid patches of like reds and golds and a lighter blue. It's really cool out in the sunlight. It like kind of moves a little bit like tiger's eye. But it is not. So I love this stone. It's really cool. And then I matched it with the rainbow black sapphires rather than just plain black sapphires because I really wanted kind of like that iridescent colors. And this picks up some of the colors, right? It has like, oops, not focusing. There we go. It has reds, it has golds, it has blues. So it matches the little subtle accents in the pediorisite really well. And the bee symbolizes loyalty, hard work, and then enjoying the sweetness of your labors. If you're anything like me, you love working hard, but you also love enjoying all the fruits of your labors. So the bee is for those of us who really love what we do and really enjoy contributing to the world. So it's a little bit Hufflepuff energy, our loyal, hardworking bee. And then, yes, then we have the beautiful sparkling little black sapphires there. I do have a video out in the sun. Yeah, you can really see that purple iolite light up in the middle there. And then, yeah, you can see in the sun. It was kind of hard to capture because the reflections keep getting in it. But you can see those like red patches and then the tiny little gold bits. So yeah, really interesting stone. So, oh, that's really nice, guys. I'm glad you're liking them all. But there's always one, right? There's the one that you're like, ooh, the one that is calling to me. Usually the first one that calls to you. Sometimes I used to have people who would come to the booth and like they'd have a first one they loved, and like 2 hours later, like trying on, thinking about them, I'm trying to like tell the stories and talk to other people at the same time, and then eventually they always go back to the first one that spoke to them, like I would say 95% of the time. So yeah, it's always that one that speaks to you in some way. I do. Okay, B, where is the price? Okay, the B is 1990. And then the layaway is 498, and then you get to choose if you want the rainbow sapphires or a sterling silver chain. I actually think the B would go really well with sterling, because it would really bring out the metal work a little bit too. So okay, that is our B. And then let me do our last piece of this tray, which is Astria. This is my masterpiece, Astria. I'm sure you guys have seen her in various stones and iterations over the years. She is the goddess of the stars, and it is said that she will herald in the second golden age and create a new renaissance, which God knows I'm ready for. So I have her here on a beautiful labradorite stone. We can get that gorgeous flash to it. Let me move it around. Yeah, there we go. We've got like electric blue. We've got that bright golden color. I've done Astria on a labradorite stone once before, but it is so hard to find one that's big and flashy enough to do it. So this is my second one ever. I was so happy to find an enormous stone. She is on the thicker side, so she is not a delicate piece. She is my largest piece with the most detail. I accidentally goofed here. Her hair is supposed to be made of 18 karat gold because it is a huge piece and it is very expensive. I was not paying attention, and so I made her hair out of 22 karat gold, which is why it looks insanely like buttery and bright. So yeah, somebody's getting a free gold upgrade in this piece because I was supposed to use a different carat. But anyway, her hair is 22 karat gold, as is her collar, which is inlaid. She has 5 diamonds here and then 3 diamonds here, all sustainably sourced. And then she has her tiny little golden stars and the moon, and then an accent stone of mystic topaz here. And this is actually the first Astria I've used mystic topaz. Normally I've done a labradorite stone to match the labradorite, but I loved this one because it glistens like purple and blue and green. So yes, this is my first mystic topaz in her headdress. Let me try her on for you. Oh, somebody's watching on YouTube, and I can read.
Me.
Nope. Somebody left me a comment. Hold on, I have to expand it.
It was you.
Raven's Chest. Oh, yay. Hey, well, hello. I am broadcasting this. Oops, I'm on the wrong screen. I am broadcasting this on YouTube for my next, I'm hoping that my next Instagram live show, I'm going to broadcast on both Instagram and YouTube, and then alert my mailing list, because a lot of people don't have Instagram or Instagram or Facebook. So I'm hoping to eventually get them streaming on YouTube as well. So yay, I'm so happy you found a Circe necklace of mine. That's awesome. I'm so glad. Yes, follow me on YouTube. I do live shows 6 times a year where I talk about all my pieces. And I do have a Circe piece for sale tonight. So okay, so here is Astria on. We have an 18-inch sterling silver chain with a 19-inch labradorite. I love to do that because it kind of fans out the labradorite and makes it look very fancy. And it's looking, I've actually, like, I don't know if I've set this up before, but yeah, with my little star, you could get a real fancy layering going on here. I do have clients who also put a gold chain on when they get it. So it becomes like this 3 trifecta of necklaces. And Astria does come with both, although not a gold chain. You have to bring your own. She is my largest piece. This piece, as I was saying, is fairly thick. So she is definitely a piece that you can feel you have on. If you are like, oh my goodness, I only wear little charms, she's going to be a lot, but I love her. Yeah. How many inches? I think I'm pretty good with inches. She's probably a little under 3 inches. And then this is probably a little under 2 inches. So yeah, she is a substantial piece, but I absolutely love making her. I've had so many people be like, can you make her smaller? And I'm like, no, I cannot. This detail, absolutely not. Here she is in the sun. You can see that beautiful labradorite stone. Uh, Gorgeous patterning and flashing. And then on the back, you get like the electric blue half and then the gold half, which I thought was really cool. So there she is in the sun. Here she is on. She is my most expensive price of the evening. We started with some 990 ones, and now we're going up to 5,800. And her layaway is 725. She will never have a show special because she is insanely expensive to make. Most of that is in materials. And then eventually at some point she will go up to 6,800. Basically gold will hit something insane and I will have to increase her. But for now, she's still 5,800. And my most incredible masterpiece that I make. I love to make her. She's one of my favorites. I go totally like zen with sawing out her hair. I have a whole like system for making her because she's so elaborate. It takes like many weeks. But I love her and I love to showcase her. I don't bring her to the live shows too often because she's such a high price point, but sometimes it's fun to have a comparison. So yes, send a few people my way. I would love that. Let people know I'm on YouTube and I do virtual shows. So okay, so that was our first two trays. Thank you guys. I'm just going to do a quick little recap in case anyone is joining me new. I am Kelly Morgan of Kelly Morgan Jewelry. I've been making jewelry for 20 years. Everything is handmade by me with these hands in the artisanal way of the ancient Italian jewelers. So I am sharing 30 necklaces with you tonight. Let's see what we have gone through so far. We showed the Nouveau Mermaid. The Cloud Pegasus has sold. We still have the Purple Snail and the Golden Hummingbird. We still have the Star Catcher. The Queen of the Seas has sold. We still have the Cherry Blossom Princess and Amaterasu, the Japanese goddess of the sun. The Snake Pendant and the Tiger Talisman. Tray 2, we have the Rainbow Pixie, the Cosmic Whale, the Midnight Bat, Circe, the Medicine Healer, Artemis, the Goddess of Animals. As I said earlier, I did sell the Flower Fairy off my website, so she is not here anymore, but we still have the Last Unicorn, the Golden Bee, the Bluebell Fairy, and Astria, the Masterpiece Goddess of the Stars. And then on tray 3, we are going to be showing Calliope the Muse, Vesta, the the Roman goddess of hearth and home, Yemaya, the African goddess of the sea, the Mirror Phoenix, the Cosmic Cat, the Golden Raven, Medicine Woman, goddess of healing, the Muse, goddess of inspiration, Beauty and the Beast, and the Tall Ship. All right, and Christian, I'm going to need a new tray, please.
Well, Crumpet has something to say about that.
Oh, Crumpet's in his lap. Guess nobody's getting up now. We know how that works.
All right, here you go.
Thank you. Okay, so, and at any time, feel free to, as soon as I say the price of any piece, feel free to comment sold, and I will tell you how to claim your piece. Okay, I'm going to put Astria up here. All right, so let me get out our next two goddesses. All right, here we go. Okay, I'm going to start with Calliope. She is the Grecian goddess of inspiration and creativity. She inspires all artists, specifically writers and poets. She's holding her scroll in her hand, ready to impart inspiration on any of those who need it. This piece is actually based on one of Florence Harrison's paintings, her Art Nouveau paintings, with the beautiful flowing hair. It's such a classic like Art Nouveau style. She has, let me zoom in here. She has a brocaded bodice and then little silver flowers in her hair. And then her stone, this is a gorgeous, like soft ombre imperial jasper. So it's kind of similar. It's the same material as the Last Unicorn stone, but this one has like a much sort of softer ombre feel to it, where it kind of gradiates from like the cream and gold to the rose to the purple. So I love this stone. It matches the tourmaline perfectly. Because the tourmaline is also ombre and gradiated. She has a little amethyst accent stone, And of course, as the goddess of inspiration and creativity, she is here to inspire anyone who needs a little boost of inspiration in their life, or, just a little bit of passion. It can be really easy to kind of sink into a rut and get trapped in working. And sometimes we just need to call on the muse to help us out a little bit. So Calliope is here for you. I do have a show special for her. She would normally be 2,400. That is what she's listed for on the website because she does have the solid gold hair. But tonight I am actually going to discount her to 2,200. Yeah, I know it's not on the list, Christian. I'm making a departure. She's 2,200, unexpected show special, and her layaway would be 480 a month. For Calliope, I really want her to find a home. I've had her. She might be one of my oldest pieces. I feel like I made her like 2 years ago. Interesting fun fact: most of my pieces do have a turnaround time from between like literally one day to maybe I would say a year on average, with, most kind of selling in like the first 3 to 6 months. And so like, yeah, at 2 years, she's like a veteran, but I'm like, I really love her. I want her to find a home. Her stone is so cool. And like ombre, who does not love an ombre stone? So I'm making a surprise show special tonight for her. So yeah, Kelly, I feel you. My muse can be very fickle. So sometimes, and I really rely on, as an artist, I tend to be overly sensitive and like I can easily get very, very gloomy. So I tend to rely on like those sparks of inspiration to really keep me going. And we saw the Tamara. Kathleen's going to yell at me for the Wimpishka, I think is how you pronounce her name. It looks like Tamara de Lempicka, but she was a famous Art Deco painter, and we did get to see her exhibition in San Francisco. It's closed now, but it was great, and it was very inspiring, and fun to see an artist who was way more dramatic than me. I felt a lot better about my life choices. Okay, that was Calliope with her surprise show special. Next up, we have Vesta. And Vesta is a Roman goddess of the hearth and home, similar to Hestia in Greek mythology. She is shown here next to her temple. I did like a little hint of a column, so the temple is in the background, holding her offering of roses. And Hestia and Vesta are basically, they are the goddess of hearth and home. So they remind us that peace, love, balance, it all starts with us in our home. We need to be safe and happy and regulated in order to spread that to others. So Hestia and Vesta remind us it's okay to stay home. It's okay to be a homebody, to love your home, to create an environment that you are happy and safe in. Vesta is for all of our homebodies who are creating that wonderful energy and then spreading it into the world when they deign to venture out. So she is here with her very intricate hairstyle. This is an example of a piece where I just totally zen out and do all of the tiny little saws and just get totally lost in it. She is another one like the Bluebell Fairy on the Charoite purple stone. This one is a little bit lighter. There we go. A little bit lighter than the stone on the Bluebell Fairy. It's that really it's so like rich and beautiful. I was excited to find this. And it has a few little tiny agate pockets where you can kind of see through to the translucency, which is really fun. Of course, she has the matching amethyst beads. Let me try her on and play her video. Here she is out in the sun, which, yeah, interestingly looks a little darker purple out in the sun with kind of the contrast. And it looks a little brighter indoors, which is interesting. This is one of those like agate stones that kind of change color a little bit depending on where you are. So, where did my little star necklace go? There we go. So there's Vesta. Yes, we have a show. Ooh, we have my biggest show special. Okay. Sometimes this comes as a surprise to me, guys, because I write the price list like 2 weeks in advance in case anybody is like seeing my sneaks and like, ooh, what's the price on this? I like to have it prepared, but then I forget what I've done and I get surprised by myself as I sit down. Our biggest show special of the night is Vesta. She would normally be 2,700, but tonight she is 2,300, and her layaway is 460. I also want her to find a home, and she will be a one of a kind. I'm not making another Vesta. I just wanted to do this one because she really spoke to me. So the stone, Miriam, is charoite. It's a beautiful purple stone that has a lot of like spiritual healing and like soft energy to it on the back of Vesta. Yeah, I think I don't have a ton of one of a kind pieces. So everything is limited edition and everything's really a one of a kind in that even if I remake the piece, it's going to look a little different. It'll have like a different expression, a different stone. But some pieces are truly one of a kind, which means I made them and it's never getting brought back. And I don't have too many tonight, but Vesta is one of them. So thought I would mention that. Okay. And then next up, whoops, they are caught together. Okay. Let me grab them. Both cams. Okay. I have the Cosmic Cat and Yamaya. So Yamaya is another one of my classic ones. She is the African goddess of the sea and the ocean. She was the mother of all life. And so it was said that as all life begins in the ocean, so all life begins with Yamaya. And she is shown here as a mermaid gazing out to sea. She has a beautiful red sunset jasper behind her with that gorgeous red color, and then a matching garnet stone and matching natural pearls for her beading. I will try her on real quick, and I do have a video of her in the sun. There she is with her beautiful garnet and her little crown of starfish. I love making that crown with the 3 tiny starfish. And then our really rich red sunset jasper in the back. She is another one of my classic pieces, still priced at $9.90, and then her layaway would be $3.30 a month for our classic mermaid goddess there, goddess of creation, abundance. What else? Yeah, as the goddess of life, she has that kind of like nurturing creation energy. So let me. Oh, what was it? Oh, yes, the cat. Okay. Jewelry cam. And then next up, we have the Cosmic Cat. This one, you guys know I love doing cat designs. This little cat has a golden lotus forming here as sort of a nod to his Egyptian roots. Yes. Oh yeah, Jen, the Yamaya. Yes, Whoopi Goldberg did buy Yamaya from my website last year, which was pretty wild. So always, if anybody sees her wearing that piece, please send me a screenshot. I would really love to put that in my advertising. Anyway, back to our Cosmic Cat. The white lotus, or sorry, the golden lotus symbolizes the cat's connection to ancient Egypt because, of course, in ancient Egypt, they were considered to be guardians of the sacred world and the underworld, very sacred and important, which we think they still remember today. This one is on a black onyx, which is just that beautiful, rich black, which forms such a great contrast with the sterling silver. I have a mystic topaz, which is flashing green and purple at the top there, and matching black sapphires. Let me try our cat on. And yes, to me, cats are protector spirits, just as they were guardians and protectors of the spirit realm in Egypt. I think of them today as guardians of our hearts and protectors of our spirit. So I have to do an occasional cat piece. This one is priced at $1,200. His layaway is $400 a month. And here he is out in the sun with that beautiful mystic topaz that you can see. It kind of looks like dark purple in the sun, which is really cool. It flashes a lot of colors. And then, of course, that beautiful black onyx on the back there. And that is our cat. All right, moving right along. Next up, we have the mirror phoenixes. Phoenix, what is the plural of phoenix? Is it phoenix? Phoenix eye? I'm not sure. The mirror phoenix. Let me zoom in here. This one has a star sapphire in the front here, which you can see it actually has, when you get it out in direct sunlight, it has a six-pointed star that follows the light around. It's really amazing. You can see it softly because there's some light here, but under the direct sunlight, it's crazy. It's really cool. The phoenix, of course, symbolizes transformation, rebirth, rising from the ashes, leaving the old behind. And our phoenixes here are set with a little diamond and a mystic topaz at the top with their 18 karat gold wings. Then they have a starburst of a rising sun with the star sapphire in the center. And then on the back, it's just the plain sterling silver, since this is one of my few pieces without a stone. But I love doing this design because I feel like we all really need that phoenix energy occasionally, where you're like, gentle transformation is not cutting it. I need some phoenix energy. I just need to explode out of the ashes right now. And if that is you, then this is the piece. I'm going to put it on an 18-inch sterling chain right now. This one I could do on a gemstone chain. I think I might probably pair it with like a really sparkly labradorite to pick up the star sapphire. But I think it could also probably go with black sapphires too, or something like a little more dramatic. Maybe even lapis to match the blue sapphire. But our mirror phoenixes do have a video. Let's find that mirror phoenix. Here it is out in the sun. And they are priced at $29.50, with their layaway being $5.90 a month for our mirror phoenix. And then if you did want to upgrade the chain to a beaded chain, that would be included. I'm just showing it on a sterling chain because I think it really showcases the metal. So this is you love the design. Thank you, Carrie. Yeah, this is actually a design that my mentor, my jewelry teacher, the Cherokee medicine man I mentioned at the beginning of the show, Heyoka Merrifields, pioneered. And I love his designs. He passed away a few years ago, and his greatest wish was that I would continue his designs. Some of them, the mirror swans, the black swans on my website, the mirror phoenixes are his design, and I just love him. He does these amazing. They're so powerful. Like his work is a little bit more like Egyptian, Native American, like masculine than mine, whereas mine is very like feminine and Art Nouveau. But his designs they just feel like something that you would dig up, right? Like from 5,000 years ago, but yet it was made today. So yeah, they just have this archetypal power to them that I've always loved. I have a few of his pieces that I collected, and I love wearing them. So I love this design too. Glad you guys like it. Okay. I'm supposed to do the Raven next. Interesting. Well, I'll do the Raven and Medicine Woman. Let's do Medicine Woman. Medicine Woman is the Native American goddess of healing and finding your purpose in life. So she has the wild geese in her hair. They are flying, and the geese symbolizes like finding your true passion and purpose in life. Whether you found it or you haven't, you're still looking for it. She is the goddess that helps us either continue in our path or find our path. She is also the goddess of healing. So she is wearing her starry cloak of the medicine woman with this really cool, this is an ocean jasper behind her. I don't see too many ocean jaspers in these beautiful green colors. So I had to grab this one because I thought it was just so gorgeous. It's even got these tiny little bits of red in it, almost like kind of a sunset, like behind the trees. And then she is beaded with raven's wing pearls and set with a mystic topaz at the top with her little crescent moon. Let me try her on for you. How hard was it to make the mirror image? Oh, yes, very hard. Fortunately, I use a computer to like I make the design and then I duplicate it. So the design itself is perfect. And then all I have to do is saw it out. And I am a very exact sawer after all these years. So at least the sawing gets me like most of the way. And then filing will take me the rest of the way to finally get it symmetrical. But, you know, it's not perfect. If you photograph this and use like Photoshop to flip it, it would not perfectly match up. But like, that's, you know, that's handmade. Like, I don't ever want my pieces to be perfect because then it'll feel like they're made by a machine. And I really want people to be like, no, it was made by a real human being. So here is Medicine Woman. She is also one of my, I guess, larger pieces, I would say. Compared to Astria, everything looks kind of small now. But if we didn't have Astria, I would be like, she's a little bit of a statement piece. And she is one of my original pieces from... Probably been doing her design for about 10 years. And yes, her price reflects that, which I have not raised in many, many years. She is still $1,800, despite the size and the detail. And then her layaway is $450 a month. So yeah, a few of my more classic designs have never kind of gotten their price raised to keep up with the times. So you do have a few more reasonably, a few very like sneakily low priced in the Goddess, in the classic designs. Even though I'm not doing show specials for them, they're still quite well priced. Okay, next up we have the Raven. Our golden raven. Let me zoom in. This one has the raven in 18 karat gold and the moon in 22. And then as you can see, there's a little bit of, I etched tiny little down feathers into the raven there. And then he's sitting on a sterling silver branch with a beautiful labradorite in the back. We have that gorgeous flash to it. This is a really pretty one. It's kind of got these like black branches on the back as well. And then on the front, you get kind of that little bit of golden tones below him and then blue tones above him. So that is our raven. I'm going to poach our sterling silver chain from the mirror phoenixes to try him on. And the raven symbolizes alchemy and transformation and magic. Ravens are great birds to work with if you want to transform anything, if you want to create something new. Like they are very manifesting magic animals. So I think they are really beautiful. The raven is one of our slightly smaller pieces, although not as small as the hummingbird and the snail that I showed earlier. Yes, Suko, I know. I love your raven too. They all have a slightly different personality. And this raven is going to be my last raven. Speaking of price increases, the raven has been $790 since I created the design. This is going to be my last raven at $790. The next iteration of the raven will go up to $990 because gold is just spiraling out of control. So yes, this is going to be our last raven at $790. And then his layaway is $395 a month. If you do want to upgrade, he comes with a sterling silver chain. Either I have it in 16, 18, or 20. If you do want to upgrade his chain, the labradorite chain would be $125 for a gemstone upgrade. But let me know if anyone wants to grab our last raven at $790. So occasionally I do have to raise them, and the raven is slated for this year. So all right, almost at the end of tray 3, and then we will do a recap. I have Beauty and the Beast up here. This is one of my fairy tale pendants and one of my personal favorite designs. I've always loved Beauty and the Beast. To me, it is about the transforming power of love. It is not so much that Belle or Beauty learns to accept the Beast. It is that love transforms that which is monstrous into that which is loved. Like how many times can we think of someone that we fell in love with and then they just looked so handsome and beautiful after we loved them. So love is truly transforming and has the power to heal all things. I do believe that. Not always. I try to believe that. I want to believe that. That is why she's one of my favorite fairy tales. Zooming in, she has a 24 karat gold rose, or sorry, 22 karat gold rose here. And then all her roses are 18 karat golds, which of course symbolize the beast and his garden. And then she is on this stunning chrysocolla stone. I was awash in chrysocolla for many years because of my stone cutter. He was finding them for me. They're such a beautiful color. And now I am almost out and I am very sad. I love this color. It's just, it's like this is the color. This is what it looks like. No filters. And then of course I have the matching chrysocolla beads for her beading. And this is one of the pieces. Her face is quite large compared to most of my other faces. Like proportionally, it probably takes up the most. But it's so fun to like actually get to create a face that I get to, really see because it's bigger. So I was so happy with her expression and her face. I know I do want to keep a beauty. I'm kind of waiting for the perfect stone that matches my wardrobe, but I know I'm gonna eventually keep one of hers because I absolutely love her. And I've had this one for a little while too. I think I've had this one for like a year, and I'm like, really, guys? Her stone is so amazing. And I love this design. Maybe I love this design a little more than everybody else. Sometimes that happens. I can never predict what's going to be popular. And sometimes I'm like over here thinking it's the best design ever, and then people just don't love it as much as I do. But remember that as the artist, I'm right. So you should trust me. I wish I could say that. Anyway, I love this design. Her price is $2,200. She's probably eventually also going to go up to 24, like the last unicorn. In fact, you know what? This will be the last one at 22 because I'm realizing how much gold she has in her, and I'm like, ooh, that's going to need to go up. So this is going to be the last one at 22, and then her layaway is $550 for beauty. Oh, and I do have a video. There we go, out in the sun, that beautiful teal color. I love it so much. It's so pretty. Yeah, it's a little more green in the outside lights, and it's a little more blue on the inside lights, which is kind of interesting to see it change. It's always fun. Okay, moving on to our last two pieces of tray 3, and then we'll do a recap. We have the Muse. She is one of my classic designs, the goddess of inspiration and creativity. She has little laurel leaf crown in her hair to symbolize that she lives on Mount Olympus. And then she has this gorgeous lapis stone with this like little falling shooting star across it. And then a matching lapis accent and of course lapis beading, all lapis for her. And she is, I think I'm noticing a theme. I just kind of, I always like pick the pieces I'm going to show, like kind of based, I want like different colors, different shapes, different stories, but I'm realizing that I have a lot of muses tonight. We had Calliope, the epic muse, who is about like more focused towards like writing and anything that's kind of done with the pen. And then this muse, who is all about, basically she's any inspiration, any art form, anything. I always consider art to be like anything you do with passion and love. So whether that's cooking or hiking or parenting or, really just anything that you do with passion and love, that is art. So this muse will inspire all art forms. If anyone is feeling like they need that little boost of inspiration, she is the goddess for you. She is also still priced at $990. She's one of my classic ones. And her layaway is $330. And then here she is out amongst the flowers with her beautiful blue lapis stone there. And and the beautiful like shooting star across the back of it. I love that stone. It's really cool. Okay, that is our muse. And then our final piece is the Tall Ship of Adventure. This is a piece about remembering that life is about the journey and not the destination. The Tall Ship of Adventure reminds us to pause and have fun and adventures along the way. The prow of the ship is based on a Viking ship. Could also be a pirate ship as well. you have the cloudy, stormy sky in the night there, and then the beautiful sunset jasper on the back, as though it is sailing off into the sunset. It's that beautiful, rich red with a matching garnet, and then of course gradiated beads. They go from the dark garnet tone all the way up to the gold, and then I have a little garnet spacer at the top. So this is one of my first pieces that I kept when I made this design, I think maybe 8 years ago. But yes, I absolutely love tall ships. I am obsessed with them for some reason, some sort of genetic ancestral memory. I'm not sure. I'm unnaturally obsessed with tall ships. So I had to do a majestic tall ship in full sail, sailing off to the horizon, reminding us of adventure. This piece is priced at $1,400, and then its layaway is $467 a month for our beautiful tall ship. Oh, and I have a video. I do have a video of everything. I hope I showed it all. I tried to remember. Here it is, out amongst the flowers in the sun. Our beautiful pirate and/or Viking ship sailing off into the sunset with that gorgeous red behind it. Yeah, Yvonne, I remember yours. That was a really amazing stone too. I love that one. All right, so that is all 30 of our pieces. Let's do a quick recap. If you are just joining me now or joining late, no worries. I am happy to talk about any piece. For those of you that follow along with my shows, this is the portion of the evening where I can try on a bunch of pieces. I can give specific advice. If you're like, oh my God, I want to see these 3 pieces, help me choose between them, I'm happy to do that. I have some commenters that are happy to sway your opinion as well. So yes, this is the time to ask questions freely as I recap everything. So let's go through our trays again. I will tell you what's sold and what's still available. And yeah, just take a moment to be like, okay, I want to look at this piece and this piece, and I will get them out for you. Okay, so tray 1, we still have the Nouveau Mermaid. Our Cloud Pegasus has sold. We still have the Purple Snail, the Hummingbird, the Star Catcher, the Queen of the Seas has sold. We still have the Cherry Blossom Princess and Amaterasu, the Japanese goddess of the sun. The Snake and the Tiger Talisman. Tray 2, we still have the Rainbow Pixie, the Cosmic Whale, the Midnight Bat, Circe, the Medicine Woman, Artemis, the Goddess of Animals. As I said earlier, I did sell the Flower Fairy off the website, so she's not here tonight. The Last Unicorn, the Golden Bee, the Bluebell Fairy, and Astrea, the masterpiece goddess of the stars. Tray 3, we still have Calliope, the goddess of epic poetry and the muse. Vesta, the goddess of hearth and home. Yamaya, the goddess of the sea. The Mirror Phoenix, the Cosmic Cat, the Golden Raven, the Medicine Woman, Circe, or that's not Circe, sorry, the Muse, the goddess of inspiration, Beauty and the Beast, and the Tall Ship. So those are all of our pieces. Let me know if there's any ones that you want to see in more detail or have me try on again. I can also play their little videos in the sun. I think someone was asking about the snail earlier. So yes, I can go back and play the video so you can see the piece in the sun.
Where's the snail? Here we go.
Yes.
Oh, and does the snail, would
What
you
was
be
the
up
question?
for making a slightly different chain for this one?
A different chain for the snail? Yeah, why? Was someone asking about that?
Oh, that was a private message.
Oh, a private message. Okay. Did anyone want to, do you want me to show it, Christian? Are you saying somebody requested
No, someone was just asking.
Oh, if I would make a different chain. Yes, it is on, the snail is on amethyst. But if you wanted a different chain, I think I would probably put it on, were they asking for that chain? Or no. Okay. Oh, yes. Okay. We have a couple. Well, we'll talk about the snail when we get to the snail. We have our requests. Great. Kelly Ann, the Muse. Okay. Was that going to be Calliope or the Lapis Muse? Can you grab me the Lapis Muse? Do I have the lapis muse? I have the lapis muse. Let me know which of these two you were talking about, because we do have two muses. I think you were commenting on this Calliope. But let me know, and then we will see the snail, and then we will see the Amaterasu for Rebecca. Absolutely. Yeah, sorry guys. There's like a 30-second delay, so I ask a question and then it's takes a while for it to get to you. I will just talk about Calliope real quick because I think that's the one you were interested in. But yes, Calliope is our goddess of inspiration and creativity. So she is holding her scroll in her hand, as she was specifically the goddess of epic poetry in Greek mythology. But let's see both, if that's okay. Oh yeah, we can absolutely do both. Yeah. So Calliope is more specific to like writing, poetry, any of the sort of written arts, which is why she's holding her scroll, and she was specifically the muse of epic poetry. If we zoom in, we get her beautiful solid gold hair and then her brocaded dress. She is based off an Art Nouveau painting by Florence Harrison, who I absolutely love. And I love that gorgeous like Art Nouveau flow to the hair. And then on the back, we have the ombre rose imperial jasper, which is this really unique stone. I think I'm out of this, sadly, but it gradiates from almost like a gold cream tone to the rose, all the way to the purple. So I really love that like soft gradient to it, which perfectly matches the tourmaline beading. So we have the tourmaline, and the tourmaline, interestingly, it also has some of the gold tones that like are picked up right here. Like, isn't that wild? Let me focus it. It's like, I feel like if I had designed these myself, they could not match more perfectly. It's wild. I knew I had to beat her with those. And then she has a little amethyst accent stone. Let me play her video and I will try her on. That lighting is a little extra green in the outside one. I think she's more accurate on my indoor lighting right now. The stone is coming out accurate. That is what the stone looks like. But her hair, her gold hair in that video is looking like a little bit green to me. Anyway, interesting. So here she is on. And then I did a surprise show special for her. She would normally be $2,400, but I am going to do a special for her, $2,200, and then her layaway. I think last time I said the layaway for $2,400. What's the layaway for $2,200? $550 is her layaway for $2,200. Yes, so she is our unexpected show special. And then the other muse, she is on our lapis stone and has that beautiful like shooting star on the back there with a lapis accent and lapis beads. And this muse is for all art. So she is for anything you do with creativity and inspiration. She is here to give you a little boost, kind of be a focus for you when creativity is not happening. Sometimes we really need to call on the muses. So both these muses are here for you in your time of need. I can hold them up side by side so you can see the sizing. And then I do have a video. There is out amongst the flowers. You can see that really bright blue. And then that crazy like fun shooting star pattern in the background. I've never seen a piece of lapis with that little shooting star like trail, but I love it. Here she is on. And then this one is the Muse is one of my original classics still at $990, and then her layaway would be $330 a month for our Muse necklace. And then next to Calliope if you want to see. So let me know if either of those speaks to you. And at this point, anyone can say sold. So if somebody asks for something and I'm showing it, you can swoop in and say sold. If something speaks to you, all bets are off on the recap time. after I've shown everything. So yes, anytime. Just make sure you say the name because I will be talking about a lot of pieces. So just say sold and then like the name of the piece, just to help me figure out what's going on. And if you guys have also, if you have any like follow-up questions, feel free to put them in. So, okay, those were our two muses. I'll let Kelly muse on that, and we will show the snail next. Oh, can't decide between the two, but might need the blue lapis. Yes, let me know. Let me know what you decide. Can hold them up again real quick. I know it's hard to, when you're in love with them, it's hard to make a choice. I would just say go on like kind of what your gut feeling was, the one that you were first like, oh, I love that one. But yes, they will be there to help you with your creativity if you need a boost, which I think we all do, especially in winter. It gets very hard. All right, so we will let Kelly decide. And then I will talk about the snail. We had a request for the snail. The snail is on the Mojave turquoise. So you have that beautiful purple and blue held together with that golden matrix that you can see there. That's the sparkly gold. And the snail symbolizes patience and perseverance. So it reminds us to honor the slowest parts of us. And sometimes we just need to go as slow as the slowest parts of us need to go, and really be patient and gentle with ourselves. And then the snail it's an 18 karat gold shell. And then it has the enamel. We have a purple, a light blue, and a darker blue for the enamel on the purple on the shell there. And then amethyst beading. And Christian is saying someone was messaging me about other beads. I think another cool color option for this would be the chrysocolla bead. I'm gonna go back into the jewelry cam and show that. I'm gonna grab beauty here. So yes, I think the chrysocolla would be a really good match. If you didn't want Amazon. Yeah, because look, it goes really, really well. So yeah, I think amethyst or chrysocolla. You could probably do lapis for the snail too, which would be kind of cool. Let me try this one on. This is one of my smaller ones, just as small as the hummingbird. And the snail is 1,200 with the layaway being 400. And then this one does come with the amethyst chain or your choice of chains. So that is my little show special, is it does include the gemstone chain. So let me know if anyone needs to take the snail home. Let me play it. There it is, outside. Yeah, I love this stone. It's such a special stone. Really unique and really tiny, but I had to have it, and I was so excited. I tracked down another one. So, all right, that is our snail. And then we had a request for Amaterasu. Yes. That is, let me go to both cams. This one here, this is our Japanese sun goddess, Amaterasu. Yes, this is definitely a lighter stone than Gaia. So Gaia would be on the sort of the darker sunset jasper. And this one, as I was kind of trying to show it earlier, this one has like a translucent patch in the middle, and it's very light in colors here with kind of the pale rose tones. So yes, much lighter than Gaia for sure. Oh, sold lapis muse. Yay. Oh, Kelly, I'm so glad. I love this piece. It is one of my classic favorites, and it has such a beautiful blue color. I think you're going to love it. And I really hope that she helps you with any inspiration and creativity you need. So yay, round of applause for our patron of the arts with our beautiful muse piece. I hope she brings you much inspiration. So something to look forward to in the darker months of the year. If you can fill out my form, kellymorgan.com/thank you, and just let me know if you want to do layaway or pay in full for her. That would be great. So I will put her aside for you. All right. We have our muse. Yay. Okay. Back to our goddess of the sun. Yes. So she was the main deity in Japanese mythology. She was the goddess of the sun, and her name I'm misremembering exactly. You need it right now. Yes. Well, maybe pay in full and let's get you that muse stat. We need her right now. I feel you. I am the same. Maybe that's why I picked so many muses for tonight. Yes. So Amaterasu, I'm misremembering exactly what her name means, but it's something like the light that shines from heaven, or the heavenly light. And I love her because she reminds us that we can shed light in even the darkest of places. As the goddess of the sun, she reminds us that we all have a fire that's burning inside us, and it's up to us to shine it and share it with the world. So she is here in her beautiful kimono. She has a blossoming magnolia tree behind her. And then, of course, that gorgeous flower agate. She also has the rose tourmaline beads, which again, like match so well for certain stones. It's just like, I'm like, it's so perfect. They remind me of like little cherry blossoms themselves. Let me try her on. She did have a show special. Amaterasu would normally be 2,900, and then her show special is 2,800, and her layaway was 560 a month for our goddess of the sun. And then I will play her video. Here she is out in the sun. Her gold lights up so well. I love that gold against the flower agate. Yeah, the flower agate is sort of like more of a rose kind of lavender goldenrod tone, if I had to kind of describe it. So here she is on. Let me know too if you wanted to see the other one, the Cherry Blossom Princess, or if you just wanted to see Amaterasu. But there is our other Japanese piece, which I will leave right there on African Opal. Do I know what the Mojave turquoise means? I don't off the top of my head. I feel like maybe Christian, can you Google Mojave turquoise? I looked it up and I knew, because I wanted to make sure that even though like it was, it has, it's like not completely natural, it has that gold resin to it. I wanted to make sure that like it still had healing properties. And I think it was healing, but I'm not, we're going to have Christian look it up and tell us, because it's easy for
healer
what?
And stone of gentle well-being.
Healer and gentle well-being. Okay. Yes. I'm remembering now.
Wait, no, that's what AI says. I don't know what real life is. Here, let me check.
Okay. I remember the gentle well-being phrase. So I liked that. Where it was like, and it fit well with the snail, right? Like you've got the snail kind of slow, patient, and
spiritual expansion. It's a throat chakra.
Throat chakra. Okay.
Element, storm, zodiac sign, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Pisces.
Okay. Getting the whole rundown here. Anyway, yes. Gentle well-being, healing, and throat chakra, which I think fits in well with our snail energy, reminding us to slow down and take care of ourselves. Okay, let me know if there's anything else anyone wants to go over. Yes. Okay. So let me just check. We did the muses. Great. We did the snail and we did Amaterasu. Let me know. I'll put Calliope here just in case. Let me know if anyone wants to grab the snail or Amaterasu or has any other questions. Can I see the star one? Oh, yes. The star catcher. This is one of my new pieces. Actually, I guess they're both my new piece. Both circles and both almost exactly the same size. Oh, that's wild. They are very similar in size and shape. Okay, here is my star catcher. Let me move the other ones out of the way so we can see what we are doing. Yes, the star catcher is all about manifesting your dreams and manifesting any wishes that you have. She is all about the power of dreaming and believing in yourself and the power of achieving your dreams. She is on one of my new stones from that stone cutter I was talking about visiting, and it's this beautiful aqua. I'm going to zoom in. It's like, it's hard to describe. What is this color? Like sea foam, I guess. It's like a gray, green, blue. It's so pretty. I only got one stone like this, guys. So if you love aqua, this is the only one. And yeah, it just, I love the contrast with the gold. Her hair is all solid 18 karat. And then her headband is 22 karat gold for her crown there. And then she has 5 stars. And then she's wearing her starry cloak to symbolize her connection to the night sky and wishing on a star. And then these are apatite beads. She could also have gone with, what are they called? Amazonite beads. I have those on the, can you grab me the hummingbird real quick, Christian?
Sorry, what?
The hummingbird. Can you grab me the hummingbird? Because Rebecca, I think you already have apatite beads for your sea turtle, but these beads would be really cool with her because they would bring out that really bright aqua color too. So I think you could go with either the Amazonite or the apatite to have them be a little different. I will try her on, and then where's her video? There she is in the sun. She looks a little green in that I'm noticing that some of my outdoor videos are skewing a little green, which is interesting. So I would say the stone looks right on the back. But when I am actually, the front looked a little too green. I would say she's closer to the colors that she is under the jewelry cam, a little more like blue, soft blue green rather than bright green. So here she is on. She would be really fun with the little star catcher with a tiny little star above. So, oh, I'm glad you like the color, Erica. Yeah, I love aqua. I haven't found anything like quite this color before, so that was really fun. So yes, here are our two contenders side by side, and yeah, the star catcher is more of like a silhouette, sort of almost like a cameo, and then our Amaterasu has that profile, or what is it called, three-fourths profile, where she's like looking directly at you. So very kind of like similar in size and shape, but slightly different in expression. Let me play their videos so you can see. So here's Amaterasu, our shining light, all about shining her light into darkness on that beautiful flower agate. And then we have our star catcher, who is about manifesting your dreams and wishing upon a star. And then she has that beautiful, what did I call this? Oh, it's imperial jasper, just in a really unusual shade. And those are two. Oh, and I should do pricing. They both have show specials. So Amaterasu is, sorry, I have to find them. Amaterasu is $2,900, and then her show special is $2,800 with layaway at $560. And then the star catcher is also $2,900. And then the show special is $2,600 with her layaway being $520. So let me know if you need to take either of those beauties home. Yeah, I love that flower agate, Sharon. It's really cool. It's my one. Actually, they're both stones in very very rare colorways. So well spotted. The beads for the star catcher are apatite. How is that spelled? APA TITE. I haven't really used them before. I got a couple pairs of them at the last gem show I was at, but I like them because like they're not super bright, but they're like this beautiful kind of like gray green aqua color. They're a little bit like softer than some of the like the brighter ones like Amazonite. So I like them too because they match everything. It's almost like, as you can see, like it's a very soft, gentle color. So it goes with pretty much everything. So I'm always a pro to matching more things if I can. All right. Well, let me know if there's any other questions. I'm going to run through the trays. Oh, that's right. I usually run through the trays more than once. So let me quickly run through the trays, and we can see what we have left. And yeah, just make a note if there's anything that you want to ask me about. Okay, tray one. We still have the Nouveau Mermaid. The Cloud Pegasus has sold. We still have the snail and the hummingbird. We still have the star catcher. The Queen of the Seas has sold. We still have the Cherry Blossom Princess and Amaterasu, the goddess of the sun, the Snake Talisman, and the Golden Tiger. Then on tray two, the Rainbow Pixie, the Cosmic Whale, the Midnight Bat, Circe, the Medicine Woman, Artemis, the goddess of animals, the Flower Fairy did sell, the Last Unicorn, the Golden Bee, the Bluebell Fairy, and Astrea, the masterpiece goddess of the sun, or of the stars, sorry. Calliope the Muse, Vesta, the Roman goddess of hearth and home, Yamaya, the African goddess of the sea, the Mirror Phoenix, the Cosmic Cat, the Golden Raven, Medicine Woman, the goddess of healing. Our Lapis Muse has sold, and Beauty and the Beast and the Tall Ship. So, all right, let me know. It's going to be our last call for questions. If anyone wants to see any pieces side by side or have me try anything on or reiterate the price, I am happy to share those with you. Yeah, I think my next live show is going to be in April. It is going to be an Instagram one, but this time I think we did stream successfully on YouTube. We didn't get booted off, so that's great. Which means that next time I'm going to be opening up the live shows to my client list of 4,000 people. So there might be a little more competition than usual going on my next few live shows. And eventually I may end up doing crossover. Every live show I may end up streaming on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at the same time. Basically, because I'm only doing like 6 a year. It seems like it would be more inclusive to like open them up and have more people on each one. So that is kind of the plan going forward, that things will get a little bit bigger with a bigger audience, but that is the goal. Yeah, no, I don't mind at all. I can show you the snail. So yeah, this might be our last like small Facebook only show, which will be exciting. And then I will basically be like looking at like 3 separate streams of comments, which will be exciting for me. But
add the comments to
yeah, get them all in
so
one place. That would be cool to see comments from like every place all in one platform.
So the audience could see the comments.
Yeah, so the audience could see everything at once. Yeah, that would be cool. And that would be better for sold, because if multiple people say sold from different platforms, it's going to be a little contentious.
Whatever the ticker said.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so here is the snail. Let me zoom in so you can see. So there's our Mojave turquoise. And there it is. Yeah, it's such a beautiful mix. It's like these like dark purples with light. Oops, let me zoom in. And then you have that beautiful gold matrix that holds it all together. It's like literal, like kind of sparkling gold. It's really cool. In the sun too. Yeah, it just, I love this stone. It's so cute. And then the shell itself is the 3 different types of enamel, where we have blue, light blue, and purple for our little snail friend. And I do have a video. Let me try this one on. Where did it go? Snail. It's under S for snail. Okay, there it is, out in the sun. Our beautiful Mojave turquoise. There it is. Yeah, you can really see the gold matrix there. It's really cool. I really thought it was a good color match for the snail design. Okay, and then here is our little snail. And the snail is $1,200 with the layaway at $400. And it does include, the show special is that it includes the gemstone chain. So that is not the usual $125 for a gemstone upgrade. So there is our wee snail. probably, I guess the hummingbird is like a tiny bit smaller, but it's definitely one of my smallest pieces. So very sweet little design. All right, guys, let me know. This is last call. Anything else you want to see or ask me about? If anyone is watching the replay on Facebook, well done for getting all the way through the show. And the show prices are basically honored. I usually give people maybe like 24 hours to watch in replay. I will honor the show special if you are rewatching this. And yeah, just shoot me an email if there are any pieces that you saw that did not sell. I am happy to answer questions about them if you are watching the replay. Okay, last call. If anyone wants to claim anything, now is the time. Otherwise, I will probably, as I said, be back in April with hopefully a larger platform view. So, all right. Thank you all for coming. I so appreciate it. We did have, because the Pegasus sold, we are donating 10% to either the ACLU, Planned Parenthood, Transgender Law Center, or a charity that our buyer Ash is going to pick. And I will post about that in the stories on Instagram so we can make a little bit of a difference together. All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful night. I so appreciate you coming.
So don't do there.
Okay. Christian's going to help me stop this because we're streaming on multiple platforms. Good night.